we want to turn back to Michigan for the battered and burned murder retrial for Linda Stermer. Right now, the jury is at lunch, but this is going to be entertaining. The judge is back on the bench. There's a witness who apparently did not appear when she was supposed to appear in court. Let's go back inside the courtroom.
Yeah.
Okay, you talked to them?
I talked to my messenger. I think it was him. I asked him, I think it was yesterday. I had to look at my messenger, but we talked to messenger, and then I looked it up this morning and it said I had a bench warrant.
Okay, you messaged one of them, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Counsel, since you happen to be here, defense counsel, Mr. Mueller, since you happen to be here, she's indicating she messaged you or Mr. Kelly?
Art. I think I talked to him on messenger.
Art?
Yeah.
That would be Linda's significant other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then I called that's when I emailed this morning when I called I found out, because I seen it online. I looked at
Okay. Okay. Are you on anyone's probation or parole right now?
No.
No? Okay. Anyone wish to be heard on,
Well, first of all, I have a concern about the defendant's significant other communicating with witnesses in this case. He's not a party, he's not an attorney, he's not an investigator. He's a significant other, so that causes me grave concern here, Your Honor.
well, who contacted whom?
I reached out to them.
How did you find?
I think, go ahead. I think it was me that did it. I don't remember. I'd have to look at my phone and tell you for sure. Because to me, this wasn't really like that big, that significant. I think it was me that reached out to him. I don't remember. I'd have to look.
Do you know them personally, or?
Well, I mean, right, but I had heard that the trial was going on and stuff, so.
But I want to know how she knows Ms. Stermer's new significant other, because they were neighbors in 2007.
No, but I talked to him plenty of times on Messenger. Previous, like, I think it was 2019 and 20. I talked to Linda and previously, like a long time ago.
Anyone else?
Just like a friendly, just talking.
About the case, right?
Yeah, we didn't talk too much about the case, but a little bit, like, in general, just like how Linda's well-being was and stuff, how she's doing since she got out.
Okay. How'd you get here today?
The deputy?
Deputy brought you? Okay. Okay, anyone wish to be heard?
Well, first of all, I'm going to ask the court to prohibit this individual from having any contact with the people's witnesses. He's not an attorney. He's not a private investigator. He should have no reason to speak with anyone. And if he wants to play a lawyer, he can go to law school. If he wants to play a private investigator, he can get his license. So this is extremely disturbing and frightening that this individual is having contact with our witnesses. Especially since there's no reports ever being prepared, there's no discovery of any of these conversations being provided. I'm very upset by this, Your Honor, and I'm kind of holding back as much as I can here because this is very frustrating. The other thing is, I think at this point in time, the court needs to arraign on the bench warrant. She was validly served with a subpoena. I'm in agreement that probably a bond should be set in this matter.
Your position?
Yeah, I'd like to say it's showboating right now. First of all.
Takes one to know one, sir.
Second of all, she inquired about Linda Stermer's well-being. They were friends and neighbors for years. There's nothing wrong with that. And in terms of anybody reaching out to anybody, it came from the witness to our side. So there's no issue here.
Ma'am, so what'd you say, you live in Grand Rapids?
I do.
Okay. Is there any way to get her on the stand today?
No, I have experts that have been waiting that I'm not going to be able to get on the stand today, so I'm not going to put her failure to appear in a timely fashion ahead of a priority of somebody who's in a professional career and is now going to have to come back. Your Honor, I would also inquire if she has reliable transportation.
I don't. No.
And I can say for the record, Your Honor, wasn't paying attention, frankly, when she was talking about reaching out to somebody. I don't know when that happened. I contacted Ms. Calhoun a week and a half ago. She hadn't been served. I just wanted to know, have you been served? Are you going to come? So I have to subpoena you. And do you remember what you said in your affidavit? Because I'm going to ask you questions about it. So that's the only and I don't know if she's confusing Mr. Bean with me, but that's my contact.
Ms. Calhoun, do you have any controlled substances in your system now?
No, I don't. No.
Methamphetamine by chance?
No.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to set this matter for a status conference for Tuesday. Say 1 o'clock. Do you think you can get her on the stand?
I could try to make adjustments so that she could be on the stand.
Okay. I'll set the matter for Tuesday at 1 o'clock for a status conference. And ma'am, due to your failure to appear here, I am concerned at this time about non-appearance when I hear about the transportation issues as well, so I am going to set a bond.
Okay. My brother lives in Lawrence. I can live or stay in Lawrence.
Okay.
That's okay.
Well, for now, I'm going to set bond. I'm going to make it $1,000 cash or surety.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. To make sure that you show for the year on time for your under your subpoena. Sounds like both sides were inquiring about using you and you didn't show.
It wasn't because I was unaware that I was needed, right? I mean, like, honestly, I've had some stuff going on in my life that I didn't even, like, my own problems.
Okay.
You know, not that this isn't a big problem, but my own issues, like serious issues. And I wouldn't just miss something because I didn't want to be disrespectful or just because I was being disrespectful to the court. I had no idea, like...
Your Honor, not for nothing, but our subpoena was for April 7th, because that's when we anticipate starting. So it wasn't like she missed our subpoena.
She missed yours. Okay. I am setting a bond, but the reason it's not too high, ma'am, is because we were able to get you here, but we had to get someone to get you here.
I don't have a car.
Okay. We'll have to figure out a way for transport then, okay? If you post that bond. Okay?
Over somebody else's problems. My own life and my own problems.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to have you tested at the jail, okay? Anything else, anyone? Ma'am, if you do post that bond... Okay. If you're able to post the bond either directly or through other people, you need to report back here on April 1st at 1 o'clock, okay?
I don't have a car.
Okay. Well, make sure you're in contact with the lawyers so that they can contact you. If you don't post it, they'll contact you at the jail, okay?
It's not fair.
Okay, thank you. Anything else, anyone, on that matter?
You did order testing at the jail?
Yeah, I ordered that. Have her tested at the jail.
Are we addressing the issue of this art person speaking with witnesses, Your Honor?
I don't know who he is. Is he here?
He's here in the courtroom. I've seen him every day.
Where is he?
I believe it's the gentleman back there in the blue shirt, Your Honor.
Sir, are you having any contact with witnesses in this case?
Back some time ago, I contacted her to find out an address on her and a telephone number, but obviously that changed because Wolf had it on a subpoena for her, and they wasn't able to. And she messaged me yesterday and said that she found out the cops were looking for her, and I said, yeah, because they issued a bench warrant for you.
Okay.
That's the extent of our conversation.
Sir, I'm directing from now going forward, no contact with witnesses, okay? He's not, is he part of the defense team, or is he a boyfriend of Ms. Stermer or significant other?
He's been helping our defense team with legal issues.
Okay, I don't see, is he a significant other of Ms. Stermer?
Pardon me?
Is he a significant other
Yes.
of Ms. Stermer? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to order that he have no contact with
problem.
witnesses due to the commingling there of roles. So to keep it clean, no contact with witnesses, sir.
So
You
I
understand?
did bring it up with Mr. Kelly yesterday. I informed him that she contacted me.
Okay.
And I told him not to contact her.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've already took care of that, but I did inform.
I can't change what the past, but going forward, zero contact, okay? Thank
I
you.
didn't reach out to her just
Okay.
in the beginning for a phone.
Okay. Anything else, anyone?
Just, we want to make sure it's on all witnesses.
Yes.
Because obviously he had her contact information. He's spoken to her in the past. It's not just her. We're asking on all witnesses that he does not contact any of them. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, anyone?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, so many thoughts I have about everything that happened. He had his
I feel
binder.
bad for the lady.
Yes, I do too.
She just, you know, her
She's a
deal
regular
is,
person.
Yeah, but that guy's a doozy.
I know, and he's got, this is, I guess, a boyfriend, but he's got his binder under his arm, his glasses on, he's dressed well.
Linda Stermer. So she's in prison. He contacts her. They create a relationship, and now
He's working on the case, I guess.
sued
But-
on the whole deal.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Let's bring in our guest to discuss. Joining us this hour, National Trial Attorney Michael Jaffer. Michael, of course, thank you for joining us. You know, my first thought that I want to tackle is the witness, because I, too, feel bad for her. She's a regular person. She didn't get there. Number one, we know, if you're subpoenaed to court, you better show up. Number two, I am surprised, though, that the judge said, well, I'm issuing a bond to make sure you're here, when I didn't hear a lot of clarity from the state. The defense said, well, we didn't subpoena her till April 7th. She's not in violation of ours. The state didn't really clarify. Did they communicate with her well? When did they say she needed to be there? Did they reach out to her? I think some of those things could have been, in the interest of fairness, considered before issuing a bond.
I think the judge was heavy-handed, completely heavy-handed. I don't think that she should have put a bond on this witness. Obviously, we take for granted the part of the process where witnesses show up. We cover the biggest cases on court TV, and we show up, and then this trial starts, and the witnesses are there, they're on time, and everything is choreographed. We take for granted how hard it is on the participants that are not on camera, that are behind the scenes, that are coordinating these things, right? Obviously, the subpoena power is extremely important. This woman's in Grand Rapids, too, and Grand Rapids is a 2-hour drive from Kalamazoo. These are completely different communities. So, you know, I know that they issued the subpoena at 1 o'clock to give her some time to wake up and drive, but I thought the judge was heavy-handed, and I think this would inure to the benefit of the defense, because I saw the defense attorney. This defense attorney, by the way, is doing a fantastic job in this case. Here, what he did was, he was nice. He said, hey, listen, she is not in violation of my subpoena, and he kind of stuck up for her with the prosecutor, who was being very aggressive. So I think when she does take the stand, she's going to remember in the annals of her mind that, hey, these guys want to put me in jail, even though they're not technically the people who put her in jail. She's going to have it in the annals of her mind. So I think that this was a very dramatic moment. I thought the judge was heavy-handed, and that's my take.
I agree. I agree. I think
It's a
more
hot
questions should have been asked.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't have the $1,000. Calhoun, she's the 911 lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think, right? I think that's who the Connie Calhoun.
Yeah,
that is
so
who she is.
Yeah, she calls 911 during this fire, and now she'll be in jail for the weekend.
Yeah,
and,
which is crazy.
Yeah. All right.